Right. Oh my God, it's gone down. I'm not doing very well today, am I? Copy link. Hi, Wendy. Oh my God. It's all going wrong this evening, as usual. Cribbins. Right, hopefully it will right itself in a minute. Oh, crikey. And now the gimbals. Even the gimbal's going against me now. Hooray, we've got 4 of you in. Hurrah! Oh my God. This is so stressful. I never thought anything could be so stressful as this right now. Unbelievable. Oh my God. I couldn't make this up, even if I tried. I really couldn't. My gimbal just doesn't want to play at all, and it's been working all day today. Oh my God. Hey Paula, hi Joanna. So this is obviously going to be fraught with a lot of technical issues, as per normal. So, you know, hi Ginny. Oh God. Well, what would my tours be without a few shenanigans along the way? So it looks like I'm going to have to hold my gimbal because it does not want to play with me today at all. It's just being horrible. Oh my goodness. Right, so how are we all this evening? Oh, we've got 8 of you. We had 12, but we've lost 4. Oh, God help me. Right, we'll give it another minute. I know. That'll come in the future. We know that's going to happen in the future. Hello, Deborah. Oh my God. You know what? I'm just going to keep this in my hand. How we're going to do this right now, I don't know. I really don't. But, you know, have you missed me? Oh, God help me. Right. I hope we're all well this evening. So far, we're doing really well. Not. But what would my tours be with a little bit of shenanigans along the way? Hey, I mean, you know, it is my tour after all, and we know how much I love to make life a little bit exciting for myself. So how are we all? I hope you're all really well. Welcome back to my channel. I will get these like technical issues sorted out. I decided to go with YouTube because at the end of the day, more people can access it, so it's better. So excellent RLW. So we are going to be starting the Egyptian series off with cooking some Egyptian food today. Haven't done it for a little while, so I thought the hardest part of this whole thing was going to be the cooking, but apparently the hardest part of this is actually going to be the technical stuff. So I apologize in advance for all that. We'll just have to, I don't know, prop up the camera on some books or something, or maybe even my cooking if it goes terribly wrong. So for those of you who've not met me before, my name's and I am known for roaming around Egypt and taking you to places nobody ever usually takes you to, and cooking up a storm in the kitchen, Egyptian food. I lived there for 25 years, so learned an awful lot of things along the way. So today we are going to be trying kushery. Kushery is a Egyptian street food. It's very, very famous in Egypt. Nobody really knows where it comes from, but it's a bit of a mixture of Middle Eastern cooking as well as Italian cooking, actually, which is a little bit bizarre. So I'm going to, oh God, I've got to try and turn the camera around now. This could be interesting. I'm going to turn the camera around for you. So these are our ingredients. Okay, hopefully you can all see this okay. So we have some macaroni here, we've got chickpeas, we've got coriander, ground coriander and cumin, tomato paste, garlic, we have some nice ripened tomatoes, we've got some lovely little bit more pasta bits here, and then we have some rice, and then we have some lentils. and a nice onion. And instead of using oil, I actually have some ghee, which is a really good thing to use for cooking. So we're going to be using that as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to get started. So first of all, we need to wash our rice. Really, really important to wash your rice out, because if you don't, it's very, very starchy, and nobody needs starchy rice. So I actually have some proper Egyptian rice here. Okay, now this you can get from any Middle Eastern store in the United Kingdom, or probably from wherever else you are in the world. You'll be able to get it from there too. Oh, if you're in Egypt, then it's dead easy, because it's everywhere. So we're going to pour that all into here. You're using cupcakes, lovely. So then we're going to take this over here. Now we wash, excuse my sink. We wash our rice. Why do we wash our rice? Because it is full of starch. Can you see that coming out the bottom of there? Okay, so we've got the starch all coming out the bottom of the rice. We don't want that starch in there, because what happens if you cook it and it's got starch in it, it will go gloopy and it will go hard, and it's not very nice. So you don't want that, so we need to get rid of that to start with. That's really, really important. Okay, and then we can leave it there to drain. Usually leave it until the water goes clear. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for that just to drip dry a little bit, hi, welcome if you've just joined us, we're going to put on some macaroni. Now, as I said, we have some technical issues this evening, mainly being my gimbal's decided that it's died and it doesn't want to play with me anymore. So we're going to have to do this all by hand. So I hope you don't mind. I do apologise in advance. So I'm just using normal tubular macaroni, the little one. You can use different sizes. There's no right or wrong to which pasta you use, to be perfectly honest. But macaroni is generally the one that's used the most. So we're going to use our little potty pot here, and we are going to stick some macaroni in. So about a cup and a half. I mean, there's only two of us. I might have some friends over later, so they will want some too. So what we're going to do now, what I've done is already pre-boiled the kettle to make this a little bit quicker for me. So we're just going to fill that up with some water, and then we're going to pop that on to boil. So we're just going to cook that until it's nice, and you don't want it overcooked, so a little bit al dente will be nice. You're cooking roast beef dinner, yummy. Yummy. look, I can watch myself on telly, because I am that vain apparently. Right, so we've got our macaroni on now. So the next thing that we need to do is we actually need to cook the rice. Now that is the hardest part of this whole situation, because Egyptian rice isn't exactly that simple to cook. Actually, it's quite difficult, but we are going to have a go. We're going to have a go, and hopefully it will all go well. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this yet, but anyways, we will. Hold on, what am I doing? We need you to be kind of there on the cooker, but we'll get to that in a minute. See, if I had my gimbal working, this would be absolutely fine, wouldn't it? But we don't have it working, so it's not going to be easy. Shall we try it again? Shall we try the gimbal again and see if we can get it working? Probably not, but we'll give it a go. Let's have another go with it. I don't know what's wrong with it. It was absolutely fine earlier today. And you can guarantee, as soon as I start wanting to use something, it's going to break. This is what usually happens. Because when we're doing Egyptian rice, I need both my hands, really, which would be helpful. Hold on. Oh, it's doing a thing. It's doing a thing. Maybe it just needs me to play with it a little bit. Maybe it's just feeling a bit unloved at the moment. That's possibly what's wrong with it, to be perfectly fair. Right. But, in all fairness, it hasn't been used since Egypt, so not properly anyways. Oh, God, I'm losing you by the bucket load at the moment. Right, so hopefully some of you will stay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take our pot that we have here, this pot here specifically, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add some, that's me just turning the thingy on and off because it still doesn't want to work, which is great, isn't it? Not really, but anyways, we are going to put some ghee in. So we need this to get nice and hot, okay? You know what I didn't do? I didn't salt the, get some salt from over here. We need to get some salt. We need to salt our macaroni, very important. Want to get that done. I haven't used mine for ages. Have you not? Yeah, I don't know. You see, this is the problem because I kind of need my gimbal to be able to do this properly. So it's a bit annoying that it's being such a pain in the bottom. But anyways, right, we'll give it a go. So we are now going to heat our pot up. Our pot. Try speaking properly, Leslie. That would be good. And we'll stick our ghee in. Okay. So ghee is it's like vegetable fats. It's very commonly used over in Egypt, actually, and it's one things that we use all the time over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a nice smattering of this stuff and put it in the pot, and that's going to go in there. We're going to wait for that to melt down a little bit because we need this to be on the go because it's going to take a few minutes for it to cook. So we need that to be done and dusted. So you can see that's starting to melt down, which is nice. Oh, I know. Tell me about it. Tech is just the worst thing. It's the devil, I tell you. I tell you it is the devil. Let's turn that down a little bit. Right, so I'm going to get my rice in a minute. And we're going to cook it off. Now, Egyptian rice is very different to your basmati rice and things like that. It's called a short grain rice, actually, which you can see from in here. You see that? It's like short, fat bits of rice in there, which is very, very different to your bog standard rice that you get in the supermarket. Generally in the UK, we can't get this rice unless you're actually buying it from a Middle Eastern supplier, okay, because it is imported, generally. If I put that on, otherwise the fire alarm will go off next, and that'll be great, wouldn't it? That's all we need is the fire alarm going off in the house. Right, can you still hear me even though I've got the extractor fan on? I hope so. Right, so as we can see, this is getting nice and hot, but we want it to be really, really hot before we actually start to cook. Okay, so we need it nice and nicely hot. And then what we can do then is we can then add the rice, because what's going to happen, it's going to kick back a little bit and it's going to start spitting like nobody's business. Okay, so this is why, I know why this is repeated, and there you get, oh no. Are you going to send the recipe somehow? Yes, Tina, you can get the recipe on my Facebook page, which is blue-lotus-egypt.com. You go to the recipe page and the recipe's in there for you already with pictures to show you how to do it. So don't worry, I've got you covered. Right, so now we're going to go straight in and put all the rice in there. Now, this is a little bit different than doing your normal Egyptian rice. Why? Because we don't want it to be the tricolour that we usually have, because we don't like to cook as like everyday Egyptian rice. I will do a cold class on Egyptian rice one of the days, but for now we're just doing this. Now what's going to happen is we're going to cook this, and the rice is going to get tighter and it's going to go a little bit solid. And then we're waiting for all that water to cook off, and then it will relax. Once we've got it to that stage, you'll see the different stages as we go through. We can then add water to our rice to then finish off the cooking process. Now, with Egyptian rice, we usually use a stock cube, but I'm not using a stock cube today. Because with kushery, it's quite plain. Most of it's quite plain. The flavour actually comes from the vinegar garlic mixture and the tomato salsa that we're going to be cooking up shortly. Okay, so as you can see, it's starting to change a little bit. You know what, I actually got so sweaty just by panicking because I couldn't actually log in, which is crazy. Let's just give this a bit of a stir, otherwise that's going to get upset. I don't want to upset the pasta, don't want it to feel unloved over there. Okay, let's get all that done there. And there, like so. I wouldn't mind, but I actually practiced all this earlier today, and actually, and not the cooking bit, because obviously I can do that, but, well, I say I can do that. I say that very loosely. I haven't done this for a little while, so we should be okay. Has anybody got any questions they'd like to ask me about the process so far? Please don't feel shy to ask. I'm only here to help. because like there's nothing better than Egyptian carbs, honestly. This is like, now can you see that it's gone quite clumpy? It will get better, promise. It's just going to take a minute or two for it to relax down, as I said. So waiting for it to relax. Hi there, if you've just come in, we're just doing the Egyptian rice that goes with the kushery. We've got the macaroni on cooking there, which is cooking away quite nicely. That won't be too long before it's done. Because what we'll do is we're going to swap bits over in a bit, because we need to make some salsa to go on top of our kushery for after. So giving this a good stir. It's getting quite warm. You can see it's starting to change colour a little bit, so it's gone from being all watery and white to it's like almost transparent, to it going quite white now instead. That's the look. And we're always looking to make sure we've got enough oil in the bottom, so we need it not too much but enough that it keeps frying that rice off, because we need it to fry. This is what we're doing. What we're doing is we're frying off all the excess water and also the starch. Really important to be able to get rid of those two things. Our pasta is nearly done, not far off now, which is great. Hey look, our gimbal's behaving. I'm not quite sure for how long, but at least it's behaving for a minute, which is good. I've probably cursed myself now, haven't I? So if you've just come into the tour and you want to say hi, please do please say hi and just make yourself known so I can say hi to you back. Especially if you've been on my tours in the past, it'd be nice to say hello to you again. It's nice to see some old faces out there. I say old, I mean that not in a rude way, but you know what I mean. Right, so can you hear that sound? It's starting to sound hollow, and that is a good sound. That's the sound we're after. It's not quite there yet, but we're not far off. Okay. As I said, the kushery, we don't want it to be a tri-colour kushery. We want it to be... Oh, hi Esther. Well, Paula, we know you're old. It's fine. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't come for me. Oh no, that's annoying. If you just copy the website link and then put it should go in. It should, but why it's not, I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure why. Technical. You see, this is why I like doing things in person. It's so much easier. There we go. So we are getting there, people. But we're not going to stop there with this. We're actually going to do something else to it as well, because, you know, why not? Are you impressed that we don't have lime green walls anymore? Does anybody remember the kitchen of the past with the lime green everywhere? Wasn't that beautiful? Do you miss it? And the gas cooker? We do have animals here, but they're a lot better behaved than the ones from the past. Okay, so we're starting to change colour a little bit. Now, because I don't want it to go too much of a different colour, I'm going to be putting this in next, okay? Right, so this like pasta. I can't remember the name of this stuff. So I'm going to put in a little bit, because I do love this stuff. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fry this in with it as well. Fusilli or something, isn't it? Pasta, fusilli pasta or something like that, I think it's called. But you find it in all the supermarkets, so you don't have to knock a lot. Yeah, it's true. I wonder if is that a grocery store it was. Can you imagine on the streets of Stafford? Thank you, Jenna. With my kushery stand. My kushery stand. Can you imagine? My kids would be mortified. Like, how the mighty have fallen. Oh God. But I mean, the good news is the good news is at least I can start doing some horse tours for you soon as well. So we'll be back in the saddle hopefully soon. I have found a horse, but he's very naughty. Worse than Worse than Gazelle, to be perfectly honest. But he's 18 going on 4. So that would be exciting for us all to witness. Maybe you'll stop talking about me falling into the sugar cane then. Right, our pasta is done, so we need to get that out and dry it off. Right. One down, half a dozen steps to go. Now, the problem with Egyptian cooking that I've always found over the years is there's so much to do. Always so much to do. This is all to do. But the great thing about this is I can cook this tonight and I can eat it tomorrow. Okay, so here we go, even though I'm probably going to have some tonight. You can see the pasta is now cooked off, and that's what we want. So now what I'm going to do, because it's easier doing it this way, is I'm going to put a load of salt in, just to season. Give it a stir, give it a mix, like so. And then we're going to add, I'm going to actually turn this right down because it's going to bubble up like nobody's business now. And we're going to add the water. Now, turn that up a bit more. Now, we don't want it to go too crazy. We just want it to be just above. Hot, 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 hot. Right, it's starting to... We need to stop it from bubbling a little bit, like so. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hard boil that for a little bit. And leave the lid on. That's going to go over to the other side now. I'm going to turn it down. That's going to hard boil now for a little bit. But now what we're going to do is I'm going to take it, excuse my washing, let's not look at that. I'm going to bring you back over here for our next stage. And if you're lucky, you might get a looky of the puppy. She's here somewhere. God knows where, but she's here somewhere. So our next stage, okay, we've got 2 stages to go now, actually. First of all, we need to chop up. Hold on. Where are we? Woo! Hold on. There's a time delay. I've just realised there's a time delay. I'm looking at my YouTube channel on my laptop, and you haven't caught up with me yet. So we're going to cut our onion up. I could do this the easy way and do it by, you know, using one of those posh choppy things. But, you know, I always find it's just such a waste of, like, water, because then I've got to wash the blooming thing up, and it always takes me ages to wash them up. So I'm going to do it this way. So, nice sharp knives, and we're going to cut these up. These are going to be fried off. We'll do this first, okay, because we do need to fry these off. Because these are going to be garnishing at the end. We've got all this on here. So we're going to get this all in here like so. And then what we're going to do, as I said, we'll fry these off and use them as a garnish. I'm going to cry because it's really, 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 really strong. Okay, so perfect. But before we do that, because you know I like to multitask, as you know, Madam Multitasker me. Right, so we'll put those out of the way for a minute. We actually need to get the tomato salsa on, otherwise we're not going to get anything finished tonight. Oh my god, that's so strong. What would my cooking be without a bit of crying? Right. Right, so I've gone and got the posh Aldi's tomatoes because they are squishy, and I like squishy tomatoes. I don't like, you know, who wants a hard tomato? No one. Said nobody, like ever. And they do smell nice, so we're going to definitely do these ones. So we're going to chop these up, and then we're going to put them in a blender, and then we're going to blend, blend, blend until we've got a nice, like, tomato sauce. Now, if you are asking me any questions, I'm really sorry, I can't see the feed at the moment, so you'll have to wait in a minute and I will have a look and see what you've been saying, all right? So, here's our blender. Stick those in there. Add a little bit of water to it. so it does its job. So I say a little bit of water, put a little bit more than a little bit of water in, but there's a little bit of water in there. That'll just help it with its blending. Okay, and then we're going to get really noisy because I'm going to stick the blender on. Oh God! See if I can break everything first. Hold on. Right, I'm just going to blend everything now, so just bear with. Right, that'll do. Okay, so we've blended it so it's a nice liquid now. And now what we're going to do is that we're going to stick this in a frying pan with some of the tomato paste, and we're going to reduce this down, okay? So, I've got to go back over to the cooker, I'm afraid, so bear with me. Here we go, we're going to trundle over here. Hopefully the gimbal won't break between then and there. Oh God, it doesn't want to stand up, that's for sure. Right, now then, bear with me a second. So bear with me, bear with me. So, right, I need a frying pan. Probably need 2 frying pans to be absolutely honest, but anyways. Right, we'll leave that one for now. Do that one in a minute. We're going to use this one for now. So, right, now then, we need to get this little thingy up and running. And what we're going to do now is we're going to put our blended tomatoes in there. Now you're going to think she's gone mental and she's cooking way too much tomato. Trust me when I say this is going to reduce down and there's not going to be as much left as there appears to be at the moment, okay? So there is method in my madness, I promise. And what we'll do is we'll have a look at our Egyptian, ooh, our Egyptian rice is looking quite tasty. Right, what I've done here, so you can have a look, I've reduced all that water down. All the water's evaporated out of there now, which is exactly what we want to see. And then we're going to leave that on. We're going to turn the heat off because that now is going to cook on its own. Okay, really important. Bear with me a second, we'll wait for that to boil. Right, I am still with you, I'm just waiting for that tomato to start doing what it needs to do. Of course, I had to have a tipple in the middle, that's why I went and disappeared, sorry about that. Sorry, not sorry. I saw Leica, yay, I told you she was looming around. Impressed. Well, yeah. No, Leica will eat anything. Trust me when I say this. Socks, pants, bras, you name it, she's probably consumed it since she was born. So, we've got all this on nice and hot now. So what we're wanting this to do is reduce down, okay? So we want a tomato paste. This is what we're going for. Right, it's going to take a few minutes to get there, but we will get there. So, now that we've got our Egyptian rice done, we can put this on and we can start frying off some onions. Now, again, you can use normal vegetable oil. I'm going to use ghee because I can, and I like the taste of the ghee. I used to be allergic to this stuff, but in the last few years, it's, oh God, ignore me, right, bit of rice going in. Why does the rice not burn if the water is all absorbed? Because we fried it first. That's all it is. It will burn if we forget about it, so don't forget about it. But generally speaking, as long as you keep an eye on it and it's just evaporating, it's still a little bit soggy, only a little bit. When you turn the heat off, it will not stick to the bottom of the pan. That's what we're looking for. Okay? Now then. Right, I'm going to give that a bit of a stir in there. We're waiting for that to get up to temperature, so while we wait for that, which might take a minute or 3, hopefully not 3 minutes because it means my cooker's buggers, we're going to go back over here again. Whee! Right, whee! That's right. Say hi to my friend in the background there, that's Nikki.
Hello, hello.
She's from South Africa and she's as nuts as I am, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to even open the bloody bottle one.
Either that or she's a serial killer and I just, left the door open because it's so safe in Penkridge. It is safe in Penkridge. Very safe in Penkridge. Right. So the next thing we're going to make, really important, is the stuff that actually makes this dish, okay? And people are going to think I'm completely bonkers when I do this, but trust me, I'm not as bonkers as you think. Because it'll make it tangy, it'll make it delicious, and this is why I love eating it so much. Not good for me at all, probably. I mean, the fact that there's like 5 million carbs in it isn't exactly helpful, but this actually makes it really delicious. And also it keeps vampires away because there's so much garlic in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to crush a load of garlic. I do miss my pestle and mortar, but I don't have one here, so we're going to be posh today and use a garlic crusher. Look at me, come up in the world. Oh dear. So what we're going to do is do this, or this. Right, we're going to need... Now, if you want to be really stinky, then do a whole clove. I'm just going to do half a clove of garlic because that'll be enough. Just remember to take all of this stuff off. I'm going to put some things in. Onions over here, out of the way. It's all happening in the background. You'll get to see it in a minute. Right, now then. Do you think I can use this thing? Probably not. Right, so we are going to crush all the garlic into here. Now in Egypt, right, you can actually buy kushery for like £2.50 for a small, £2.50 Egyptian I'm talking about now. Now that's like pennies to us, or £7, £7 to £10 for a bigger portion. I'm sure that the prices have gone up since I last was there, but that was basically the price when I was there the last time. Now what I'm going to do now is really confuse you all. Well, I say I'm going to confuse you. I'm going to open the bottle, and I'm going to put a load of white vinegar in. You can go, ew. It's not ew, it's delicious. Trust me, trust the process. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some coriander and some cumin in, like so. And then what we do is we use this to garnish over the top of the rice and the pasta later on. This is delicious. Absolutely delicious, and you can use it for all kinds of seasoning. I absolutely adore it. It's going to make your kushery tangy. It's just going to make it absolutely banging, to be perfectly honest. I love it. Right, as usual, I'm not cleaning up after myself. Luckily Sam's not here, so he can't kill me. Hey, aren't you impressed I haven't dropped anything on the floor yet? But we just still have the 5-second rule. Well, actually, it's the 3-second rule now because I've got a dog and she's actually faster than the 5-second rule. So there's that. We need to take this over to the stove. Look what's going on over here. Ooh, it's all happening, I tell you. I tell thee, it's all happening. Oh God, let me drop that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put a load of that in there like that. And that's just going to make it delicious. We love delicious. Give it a stir. I just get half of it down the front, but that's okay. Now can you see that it's already started to evaporate quite quickly? Did you say half a clove? Didn't I used to be 10? Well, I meant half a bulb, not half a clove. Seems like an awful lot of cards, but I'm guessing it's in cards. Yes, cards. I ain't using cards, Paula. What are you talking about? Oh, you made cuts. Hey, look, I played a game of paddle today. I walked 5 kilometres. I'm allowed carbs this evening. I had 2 games of paddle yesterday. For those of you who don't know what paddle is, it's a cross between tennis and squash. And I've actually taken to it like a duck to paddle or something. Something like that anyway. No, don't apologise, don't apologise. But it's my fault for being, you know me. Right, so our rice is cooked. So the only two things that I've got to cook now are these little Jeffreys over here. Okay. We're not far off now, nearly there. Right. Nearly done. Right, some space. Hold on. Just keep an eye on that for me. If anything goes wrong, can you let me know? Thanks. Right. God. Jumping out the pan. You know what? I'm getting exfoliation from the tomatoes. I'm sure that's going to be great for my skin. Gives you that nice red tinge that we're all looking for. Yeah, I love onions. That's the best part of Kushery. Absolutely right, Jenna. A lot of pans to wash up. Would it ever work just bung it all in a slow cooker? No, unfortunately not, because obviously you have to boil the pasta, fry the rice, then cook the rice, and then you've got all the others. So yes, I swear that Egyptian cooking was created to make women work harder. This is my conclusion where Egyptian cooking is concerned. It is actually the bane of our lives, really, because you are cooking so much. Hi there, Maria. How are you? Welcome. You have actually come in at the right time because we're nearly done. We're getting there. We're getting there. This will automatically save, by the way, at the end of the tour, so you'll be able to go back and scroll through all the not so good bits to get to the best bits, because I know that's what you love to do. So that's what we're going to be doing. Right, now then, why that does that, I'm hoping you can see that from there. You can see that from there, can't you? Perfect. Take the lid off there, because our Egyptian rice is done. Yay, look at that. And that looks lovely and fluffy, doesn't it? And what we're going to do now is now this is going to blow your minds. We're going to add the pasta. I haven't gone mad, I promise. There is a reason for this. I told you, it's carb loading like you've never believed. You've never experienced in your life. Nikki, have you ever tried Kushery?
No. Then I have a few workers. Smells good.
Right, so I'm going to give that a stir. It's all about the presentation. Right, the reason I've put that in there, I mean, a lot of places won't bother to put these two together, but because we did the pasta ages ago, we don't want that to be cold and the rice to be hot, so that will help warm everything up beautifully, and that will make that relax. So we can take that away from there again. Next time you'll see that is when we put it all together. Our onions are nearly done, woohoo! And so, right, can you see from our salsa, like with a bit of pasta, it's delicious. Right, so this is starting to get nice and thick now. That's the consistency even that we're looking for. All right, we need that to all the water almost to be gone out of it, so it's just tomato. I'm going to sorry, Ronnie. I'm going to be snacking on this when I finish. Oh, it does smell good, I have to say. There's one thing I do love about Egyptian cooking is it does smell absolutely fabulous. I just don't like doing it very often because it always takes me half of my lifetime to get it all done. Right, so we're not far off now. Nearly there, nearly there. While we do that, we're waiting for that. Oh, I'll let her know when she comes back in. How are you? How are your horses? I had a couple of horses yesterday. Unfortunately, they passed away, Maria, a couple of years back now. But it's good. It's all okay. I do have a new horse coming into my life though at the moment, who I'm going to be helping, a lovely lady who needs some help with them. That's it. That's that. Right. So, we're nearly there, people. Nearly there, nearly there. As I said, I'm doing a bit of washing up in the background. Luckily the sink's right close to the company. Thank you, Maria. That's very kind of you. It's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, I think animals come into our lives and then they leave them again. It happens, unfortunately. Right, those can come off there now. And I do miss them every day. But I take heart in the fact that I made their lives worthwhile while I had them. So that's the main thing. I think I've just got a bit of tomato in my eyeball. How I've done that, I don't know. God damn, I'm special. Right, so can you see how that has gone from that lovely liquid that we started with, and now it's going to a nice salsa. You can actually use this for your nachos if you want to. It's delicious. And all it is fresh tomatoes with a bit of tomato puree, salsa in. That's it. Tomato puree, not salsa. Ugh, can't speak today. You need smell-o-vision. I need a cleaner. Don't know about smell-o-vision. I definitely need a cleaner now. Right, now, what you've never seen me do before, which I'm doing today, is I'm going to add chickpeas. Because I can, and I want to. So there. And there's nothing you can do to stop me. Chickpeas just give it a little bit of grittiness about it, make it taste a little bit better. Now, one thing I find weird about this country is they make falafel out of chickpeas, which I still can't get my head around, to be honest, because I prefer it with the fava beans. Sam's going to kill me when he sees this cob, I tell you. I have to clean this before I go. Right, that is now ready. Can you see how luscious that looks? Doesn't that look good? Right, so we can take that off the heat now. Let that stop being as hot as the sun. And then what we're also going to do, I'm going to throw you a right curveball now, because let's face it, we do need to have a little bit of healthiness about it. I'm actually going to use some lentils as well. Not all of them, just some of them. And then I'm going to mix them with the chickpeas, so we have it a bit like so. Now, when I put this onto the hot food, those will heat up quite nicely because we're going to mix it up anyway, so we don't actually have to do anything else with those. Right. Presentation. Let's hope I can still remember how to do this now, shall we? Right. We're on the move again, people, so hold on to your hats. We're moving. Oh, here we are. Okay, so we have plates. We have wine, which is obviously very important, and we have our food. Now we're going to plate all this up, and then we're going to dig in. So this is the fun bit. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put everything because I've obviously run out of space. So I'm going to plate up our rice mixture. Like so. Like that. So that's our rice and pasta that we had a minute ago. Then what we're going to do is we are going to, what am I going to do next? I'm going to put a few of the chickpeas. Sprinkle those over the top. Like so. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get our garlic mixture, and we are going to spread it over the top like this, like that, like that. Same for this one. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get our salsa mixture we just did, and we're going to put this on top like that. There you go. And then to finish it off, we are going to add our fried onions. Just like that. And that, my dears, is how we make kushery. So, here we go. Let me just see. Here we go. So that is a really healthy dish. The dog's woken up. And this is exactly what I'm going to be eating in a minute. So, have a quick look at that. Have a think. If you've got any questions you'd like to ask, please do. I'll get you on in a minute, Helen.
Thank you.
So, if you've got any questions, please do ask. So this is kushery. You can find all the ingredients and the recipe on my website. So it's blue-lotus-egypt.com. If you go into the cooking section on there, you will find it in there. Is this going to be regular? Yes, it will be. It will be a once a month affair. So the last Friday of every month, I'll be doing a cooking class because doing one a week, I'd probably run out of recipes. So yes, we will be doing some more. We'll be doing kofta, I think, next time, or maybe macaroni bechamel. I'm not sure, but there will be. Let me just turn you around so you can obviously look at my lovely face, because of course that's what you want to do. There will be a regular Egypt slot each week now, but next week I think we're going to be going into one of the tombs in Egypt next week, so we're going to be exploring that. There'll be virtual tours of the Giza Plateau. There will be stuff on the kings and queens of Egypt. You name it, it's all coming up. It's all going to be live, so you'll be able to log on to here, and hopefully I'll have my technical issues sorted out by then, so I'll be doing a little bit of stuff that way, and then we will be able to go through everything you want. If there's any topics you'd like to cover, just let me know. Just send me an email through my website, and then I can pick that up. But for now, I'm going to say au revoir, and off I'm going to go, because I'm going to go eat my dinner. So there you go. Can't have go with me for that. And have a nice glass of wine. Have a wonderful evening. It's been an absolute pleasure seeing you all again. Look forward to seeing you soon. Don't forget, these are tip supported. So in the link, there are links in the original post and on the Facebook post to the Buy Me a Coffee. So if you'd like to buy me a coffee or a glass of wine, please do. Or you can actually go through my PayPal account. Either way, all that helps to go buy the ingredients for the food that I'm doing and that kind of thing. So if you'd like to help support and keep these tours going, please do show me your love, and I'll see you all again soon. Until next time, let's have some more shenanigans soon. Love to all. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I'll see you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.
That was